Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name's Jimmy, and today will be my first ever Snuff review. Over here you can see my cat Mittens. I was actually hoping he'd join us, and sure enough he jumped in. I just got a Toque order in the mail, and I think I got almost 30 of these little tins. And I just wanted to review at least one of them today, starting with my favorite one, which I was super delighted to see because I was the person on the Snuff forum that suggested that Toque makes a bubblegum. Originally, I had a bubblegum, Buzz bubblegum that I got at Mr. Snuff years ago, and I really liked it. And Mr. Snuff said they can't get it anymore, and so thank you, Roderick. I think it's perfect. It couldn't be any better. When you open the bubblegum, it's kind of dark. When I smell it, I can't really smell the bubblegum in the Snuff, but there is an aroma of bubblegum that kind of fills the room. In fact, the whole package of Snuff, I mean, smelled amazing. It was probably making the postman dizzy. So one thing I like about Toque Snuffs is that they're all really natural, and you can tell that it's not really like an artificial bubblegum, whereas the Buzz bubblegum probably was artificial, which was, I mean, honest, it was fine. It smelled perfect. So when I do a first pinch of the bubblegum, I get that kind of wild berry. If you've ever had the Toque USA wild berry, I kind of get that sort of natural berry essence. It's kind of like the green part of the berry, and like the seeds and everything is kind of what I get out of it. And then for me, the bubblegum flavor or aroma kind of happens afterwards. It's like first I get a wild berry, then I get everything else. I like to hold the Snuff in between my fingers and kind of grind it around while I inhale. I find that kind of awakens all the essences and oils inside of it, and I find there's very little waste, and so it's just perfect. It couldn't be any better. It's exactly what I was missing. Thank you, Roderick. And while I'm here, I'll tell you what, we can also talk about this spearmint. Oh, the spearmint's really good too. In fact, I like to do the bubblegum and the spearmint, and it's just like extra bubblegummy and minty. One of the first Snuffs I got was a Wilson's of Sharo Crumbs of Comfort, and this Toque spearmint reminds me of that first tin I got. Most recently, when I got a new tin of Crumbs of Comfort, it was like different. In fact, I was so angry, I was so incensed that I called or emailed Mr. Snuff, and I told him that I think you changed something because it was overly mentholated. I couldn't even taste the spearmint, and this is just perfect. It's just spearmint, just perfectly done. Nothing else, just spearmint, and I like that one too. And I tell you what, I'm sure I'll have a bunch of others that I'll find that I'll be able to do a review on, and maybe I'll take you guys around San Marcos, Texas. We've got a tobacconist just across the street. They don't have any Snuff. In fact, I'm probably the only person in Texas that I've ever met that uses Snuff or has even heard of Snuff. If anyone in the South of America or Texas says Snuff, they typically make like this motion. They'll go, oh, Snuff, because they think you're talking about chewing tobacco, which is called dip. And of course that it makes you salivate, and you have to spit that juice. And so you see a lot of these people in their big trucks spitting their juice out all day, and I've always thought that was disgusting. And so, and a lot of people think that that's going to happen with Snuff, but it doesn't. It's just, especially with Snuffs that come from Europe. American Snuffs can be a little rough, but these European Snuffs are velvety, soft, and smooth when they go up in your nose. And that's one thing that I think that makes them special. The first Snuff I ever tried was an American Snuff, and it was on clearance for $1 at my local grocery store. Here, I guess this is going to be the whiskey and honey. I'm just kind of going at it here in the background. And like I said, no one uses Snuff, so it was on clearance for $1. I bought that. It was one of the last dollars that I had. I was a broke college student. I was wary of smoking tobacco from seeing family members and the health problems that smoking tobacco can cause. And it was just the sheer economy of the Swisher American Snuffs that come in those big gray tins, like 50 grams. I don't know how much it is. It's a lot. And for the sheer economy of it, I tried it, and I tried a little pinch. And sure enough, even the cheap American Snuffs had a sort of delightful sweet flavor and ton of nicotine. And sure enough, I was taking sneaking little pinches throughout my class breaks and when I got back home and all throughout college. And of course, when I went to my local tobacconist, they had some super old boxes of snuff, a Pochol apricot Gowith apricot original, and then a Pochol Gletcher Priest, and they were both super old, but just amazing compared to the American snuff, which I said is kind of burny and tingly. It almost feels like maybe it's not good for you in some way. Whereas when I first got that first pinch of Pochol or Wilson's of Shero, or nowadays I've been delighted with the Toque offerings, they're just they don't even feel like they're bad for you. They don't burn up your nose. They don't irritate me in any way. It's so velvety and soft. It's such a delightful pleasure that it surprises me that people in America don't do it. Because around here, when you go to the bars, people smoke a ton of tobacco, and they also put white powder in their nose, and they're real proud of putting white powder in their nose, and they're real proud of smoking their tobacco. And so when you see them kind of crossing those bridges, they don't know what to think of it. So sometimes they'll see me at the bar. Maybe one day I'll go to the bar and we'll do a pinch, and every now and then someone's a little curious, and I'll give them a pinch, but it's not like having a pack of cigarettes and everybody at the bar is asking you for a smoke, and then sure enough, you have to go buy another pack of smokes. And like I said, I don't even really like smoking tobacco. But anyway, so back to where I was, I'm delighted with the bubblegum. Roderick, it's perfect. Thank you. I'll be looking forward to other offerings, and I'll be continuing to, write for flavor ideas on the forum. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys later. Maybe, like I said, we'll go around San Marcos, Texas, maybe to the river, to the square, which is sort of where I live, right outside my door. Or we could go to the tobacconist, and they can think that we're weird. So have a great day, and cheers to everybody.